Hello there, welcome back to Learning Maltese with me. Today we're talking about collective nouns. Hopefully this will be a rather short lesson. I had an issue with where to place this lesson, if it were to come before counting in Maltese or after counting in Maltese. In other words, what I'm trying to say is that you're going to have to know the numbers going into this lesson. It's not a big prerequisite, but if you do know them, it would help us understand the concept fully today. So probably by the time you're watching this, lesson 8 is already out. You can look at lesson 8 and then come back to lesson 7. You could also do it the other way around, look at this and then look at lesson 8, because they do complement each other in that sense. Before that though, this is my italki page. I'm waiting for you. You're waiting for me. I'm waiting for you. You're waiting for me. Come on. Look at this big red button over here. Book lesson. A try lesson, $5. Your first 3 try lessons on the website, they're free as well. It's a win-win. All right. So, collective nouns. Let's get to it. First of all, the warning I spoke about before, this lesson must be viewed in conjunction with lesson 8, counting in Maltese. First of all, the names. We have in-nom kolletiv, which is the translation of collective nouns, and farrad waħdieni. What is this farrad waħdieni? Well, farrad means to divide, and waħdieni means one, coming from the number 1. What we're doing is, we have the collective noun, and from this group, from this collection, from this group, we're going to extract one singular version of this noun, and this is the farrad waħdieni. I'll explain more concretely as we look at an example, but I give the Maltese grammatical terms in the lesson and or in the description to help you in case you want to do further research. If you go on Google and you search collective nouns Maltese, that might not yield as many results as if you were to search in-nom kolletiv, right? Okay. In the past, I've spoken about the 3 states of adjectives and nouns in Maltese. We have the singular male, the singular female, and the plural. Let's take an example. We have mejda, which means table. Mejda is feminine, has a singular feminine. It also has a plural, imwejjet. Now this plural is neither male nor female. The plural is plural, genderless, so to speak. Second other word, ktieb. Ktieb means book. It is male, singular male. It has no feminine version. Ktieb is male, but then it does have a plural, kodba. The plural is kodba, and this is a genderless plural. With collective nouns, though, we have to think of the female. The singular is always female. And then we have 2 types of plurals. The easy name for us to just understand and identify the distinction between the 2 is the male and the female plural. But actually, their real names are the collective plural and, so to speak, the regular plural. Now, perhaps dangerously, I'm using the terms male plural and female plural. The plural is still genderless. When I use the term male and female, it's just to help us identify which is which. It's a semantic name only, just in terms of the looks of it, not inherently male or female. So, this is the structure that I'm going to be dealing with today. Let's look at an example and then I promise you things will fall into place. So, we have 2 examples here, tuffieħ and lanġasa, but let's just focus on tuffieħ. Tuffieħ means apples. Actually, this is our collective plural, our male plural or our collective plural. And I've conjugated it over here. Tuffieħa, which is the singular feminine. So this is this one over here. Tuffieħ, the same one over here. So this is our collective plural. And then we have tuffiħat, which is our feminine plural or our regular plural. Lanġas, we have lanġasa, 1 pair, this means a pair. 1 pair. lanġas, many pairs, collective plural or the male plural, and lanġasat, this is our regular plural. Now, what is the difference between the collective plural and the regular plural? Let's look at these examples. Jiena għandi tuffieħa fidi. I have an apple in my hand. Fidi means in my hand. An apple or one apple doesn't really matter. I have an apple in my hand. So this is nice, understandable. If I want to say I have a big apple in my hand, then I'm going to say jiena għandi tuffieħa kbira fidi. I'm using the feminine singular adjective because tuffieħa is a feminine singular noun. Next, jiena għandi ħafna tuffieħ fidi. I have many apples in my hand. I'm using the collective plural. I'm not being specific as to how many apples I have. I'm just saying that I have many apples. Ħafna does not have gender. There's no male or female because ħafna is a plural word. So don't get confused by it ending in an A. If I want to add an adjective though, I have many big apples in my hand. Jiena għandi ħafna tuffieħ kbar. And this is what I mean when I say that the male plural is just a name, doesn't mean anything more, because kbar is the plural adjective and it does not have a feminine nor a male version. On to the third sentence. Jiena għandi 3 tuffiħat, or I could also say tuffiħiet, so I wrote tuffiħat over here, but tuffiħiet also works. Jiena għandi 3 tuffiħat fidi. I have 3 apples in my hand. 3 is 3. I'm not going to talk more about the conjugation of the number. You can check the description actually. I did include notes on this, but also check out lesson 8 for more information. So, what's the difference between the collective and the regular plural? For the regular plural, I can use numbers as adjectives for the noun. I have 5 apples in my hand. Jiena għandi 5 tuffiħat fidi. If I'm not being specific as to the number of nouns, of objects that I have, then I would use the collective plural. If I want to say, I like apples. Jiena inħobb it-tuffieħ. I like apples. If I want to say, I ate 4 apples today. Jiena kilt 4 tuffiħat illum today. Okay, let's look at some more examples. Actually, before that, maybe I should enunciate more clearly the difference between why I call this the male plural and why I call this the female plural. AT and IET, iete and ate, these are traditionally feminine suffixes. In the past, the feminine in Maltese was written not just ending in an A, but ending in an AT or an IET. So this is why we're calling it the feminine plural. But again, in modern Maltese, this is just a name and nothing more. And perhaps a more adapt name is regular plural and collective plural. More examples. ħobż. This means bread. So I would have ħobża, which is 1 loaf of bread, if you like. ħobż, which is bread as a collective noun in the plural. And then ħobż, ħobżiet, which is many loaves of bread. And now we can understand it a little bit more if we're using English as our comparison language. I have 3 bread, we cannot say. But I have 3 loaves of bread, we can say that. Jiena għandi 3 ħobżiet, I have 3 loaves of bread. Jiena għandi ħobż, I have bread, if you want to say that. Bite, this means egg, eggs. So we have baida, 1 egg. Bite, this is the collective plural, eggs. And then we have baidit, many eggs. So if we do some examples, I'll use ħobż, okay? Then I could say, jiena inħobb il-ħobż. I like bread. But then if I want to say this, jiena inħobb niekol ħames ħobżiet kuljum. I like eating 5 loaves of bread every day. All right, we have 4 more examples. I'm asking you to do these yourself. Check the description for the answers. And with that, I think I can end today's lesson. Thank you very much. I will, of course, bring up my italki profile. I'm bringing it up because you're not bringing it up. Thank you very much. Grazzi u saħħa.